When you think of massive Minecraft events, what comes to mind? Chances are that Minecraft Championships was right there near the front, being one of the, if not the, biggest Minecraft event that's currently active. It isn't easy for MCC to keep this title though. Other events like MC Ultimate and Minecraft Mondays are always vying for the top spot, and it's been a constant battle for MCC to continue leading the pack. And here I'm going to hand off to my friend TedsAttic. For those of you who don't know, this video is part of a two-part collaboration between me and Ted, and the other part will be on Ted's channel. Anyway, take it away, Ted.
Minecraft Championships certainly had high expectations. They were unofficially branded as the much better Minecraft Mondays and were expected to perform in a much better manner, because they were people who quote-unquote played Minecraft. This meant that Noxcrew was under immense public scrutiny for every game played. One too many game-breaking glitches would cost some MCC's reputation, and it would be cast off as just another Minecraft Monday copy. With all these factors influencing Noxcrew, they had a chance to prove themselves, and being a long-time Minecraft map developing team, they rose really well to the challenge. Where Minecraft Monday had games like Replica or Find the Button, MCC had games like Build Mode and Parkour Warrior. Now, while both events tested similar skills, they realized that the audience for MCC was watching a live stream, which meant that games had to be action-packed and fast-paced. And thus, even Build Mode, which is widely regarded as the slowest game in the tournament, is just so much more fun to watch than Find the Button, because contestants are racing against the clock in their plots and each other while collecting resources, meaning that there's a constant growing intensity in the game. And that, among other things, is the reason why Noxcrew's history and experience positioned them so well to keep updating and improving MCC. Back to you.
Now, with such an experienced dev team behind MCC, let's take a look at MCC 5. So in MCC 4 we saw a lot of long-awaited teams, like the team of all the sleepy Twitter boys and Tommy, as well as the Crimson Krakens and the Hermitcraft team. Now MCC 4 was one of the most highest viewed championships at that point, and I'd speculate that it was at this point that S Major caught on to the power of fan favourites. When you team up people who the fans are dying to see play together, you get more viewers for that team, sure. But what MCC 5 and 6 both demonstrated was that because of MCC's nature, more viewers for one person benefits the whole tournament. Because those later games become so much more valuable, because the games are so cumulative in their nature, and because every game is so competitive, a team with more viewers will almost definitely end up boosting the other streamers in the event. Let's look at an example from MCC 5. Technoblade is teamed with Wilbur Soot, Philza and VoiceOver Pete, a fan favourite combination of SMP Earth's Antarctic Empire with the sleepy Twitter boys. Now in survival games, Techno managed to pull off a desperate 1v3 clutch, in which he managed to single-handedly kill 3 members of the Cyan Creepers, Mefs, Michael McChill and Captain Puffy. Now obviously with Techno's high viewer count, this stunt went down in history, and here's the thing. Fans of Technoblade who might have been watching because of who he's teamed with would want to see other perspectives of that fight, and they would therefore quote-unquote discover Captain Puffy, Michael McChill and Mefs in the process, meaning that if these streamers were entertaining enough, even a few minutes before the fight, this would probably grow their audience. Obviously this helps the individual players, but it also helps the event, as since most players stream on Twitch, which rewards people with higher viewer counts, it means that it would reward not only the streamer, but also introduce new people to MCC as a whole. MCCs 5 and 6 weren't the whoppers that 7 and 8 were though, both in terms of viewer count and highly charged moments. Instead, they acted as a kind of setup event, introducing viewers to a bunch of different streamers and new games like Sands of Time, essentially building up more and more hype for each event as viewers anticipated which of their favourite streamers would be paired up next. Let's not forget to actually document these events though. We saw a lot of cool plays and interesting teams in MCC 5 and 6. For example, we had the Sleepy Boys teamed up twice with Tommy and Pete, the Crimson Krakens, though they weren't called this at the time, with Captain Sparkles, Carvacorvus, Critzy and Crinios also teamed twice, and the Hermitcraft members who were teamed on their own for the very first time. There were also some insane plays in MCC 5, like Pete winning all 3 rounds of Hole in the Wall, Aqua Horses getting a flawless Battle Box run, and Techno's Survival Games 3v1. There were also some amazing moments in MCC 6 as well, like when Pizza Hut finished the parkour, making him the first player to ever do that in the event, when Fruitberry single-handedly team-wiped in Battlebox, and when Fundy single-handedly won the winning round of Dodgeball for the Blue Bats, getting every single kill and winning them the tournament. Let's move on to MCC 7 then, the second most hyped event in the tournament's history. The reasons for this were myriad. First, the Dream Team was teamed up for the first time as Sapnap played his first MCC, and Sleepy Twitter was also teamed up again. The Crimson Krakens were also officially teamed under the name Crimson Krakens, and they were told that this would be the last time they would be teamed together. In addition to this, the Dream Techno quote-unquote rivalry reached its peak at this point, and this led to some shenanigans on the day of the tournament as well, but I'll get to that in just a second. All of these factors, plus a new minigame, Ace Race, being announced, contributed towards MCC7's success. Now, the plays in MCC7 were numerous. First off, we had Technoblade and Dream's teams both using the same strategy to completely break BuildMart, which was compiling a list of every possible block they could need and only getting those. Then we saw the Blue Bats, or the Simmers, a team notorious for not being the best at MCC, beating the Orange Ocelots, Technoblade's team, in BattleBox. There was also this conflict of strategies where the Blue Bats and Crimson Krakens both tried to rush mid in BattleBox and barely ended up engaging in any PvP, which I think we can all agree is quite funny. This BattleBox was also one of the most buggy events in all of MCC history, with a full restart being required halfway through, as well as a lot of lag being present throughout the minigame. This also really affected the outcome of BattleBox, as quite a number of teams could not replicate their performance in the early games after the reset. Then Fundy dominated in Ace Race, making a nearly perfect run of the course, even after 3 laps. However, arguably the best plays of MCC7 came from H-Bomb and Eret, both of whom managed to 1v2 in 2 different rounds of Dodgebolt, winning the championship for the Green Guardians. I think it's also quite interesting to note that before the tournament, Dream actually tried to quote-unquote distract Technoblade from the tournament by trying to get him to 2 million subs. Technoblade, being on around 1.9 million at the time, needed about 3,000 people to subscribe to him for him to hit 2 million, and Dream jokingly said on stream that he wanted to try and boost Technoblade to 2 million to distract him during a crucial part of the event. This led to some banter in between tournaments where Technoblade said he didn't care about 2 million subs and only wanted that seat MCC victory. Technoblade did indeed hit 2 million during the event, but this didn't really affect anything much. But I thought it was a fun fact, so here you go. And this brings us to the latest MCC, MCC 8. The most viewed edition of the tournament to date. Its success can be attributed to many things, and not just, as some people might think, the Technoblade Dream Team. It did play a big role, sure, but this team is interesting for more reasons than just the hype around it. Because Techno and Dream were such a strong team, S Major, or Scott, had to make a few other really strong teams, and this meant that teams like the Aqua Axolotls and the Cyan Creepers could be made and still keep the tournament fair. So, what's the takeaway from this? Well, let's break it down. While MCC has to remain balanced to be fair and a fun event to watch, overly balanced teams are just boring. There's also a tendency for better players to be friends with each other, meaning that teams which have hype and good chemistry are generally teams with all weak or all strong players. And that's the catch. People will always prefer seeing 2 strong teams going up against each other over 2 weak teams fighting. It's just more enjoyable. Also, let's not forget the other factors as well. The statistically worst team, the Orange Ocelots, was also a major hype spinner in their respective communities, as it was the Unholy Trio and Joey Graceffa. But yeah, those are the reasons that MCC 8 had so much hype. Now, onto the plays. First off, you had Dream finishing the parkour, even after the map change. Then we had S Major glitching out and managing to fly over the whole map, though this was later rolled back, in Ace Race, and also, ironically, Fundy coming very close to last place in Ace Race, even though he had been first by quite a margin last time. There was also the Skyblockle play where Tommy and it tried to 1v3 Techno and Dream's team, and well, this happened.
I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna go. Watch, they're coming up to you, yeah, they're... Oh. You need help, Phil. You need help, Phil.
I do need help.
Where are you, Phil? Behind, Wilbur, behind.
What, this way?
Yeah, go that way. You'll see them breaking in. Do you see Puffy?
The best plays, however, have to be from Dodgebolt. You had King Burn clutching up and managing to pull off an extremely unexpected 1v2, and getting a fair few kills in some of the other rounds as well. Then you had Technoblade, who managed to single-handedly kill 3 of the Aqua Axolotls in the first round with insane accuracy, and of course Dream, who clutched up and got the final kill, winning MCC 8 for the Pink Parrots. It also has to be said when you're documenting MCC 8 that midway through the tournament, the Pink Parrots were jokingly talking about Joey Graceffa being bad at Minecraft, but this got him trending on Twitter, and this also led to him getting semi-cancelled because an old clip of him resurfaced. Now, I don't want to get into this, don't ask down in the comments what it was. If you really want to know, you can go to Joey's Twitter and find out. But yeah, it has to be mentioned because this was one of the major events in MCC 8. So now that we've covered all the MCCs that have happened, again for the first few, check out Ted's video, let's speculate a bit about the future of MCC, shall we? So I think that the strong teams all around format is something I can definitely see becoming a recurring theme in MCC. With every tournament, all the players get better, and for MCC 9 there are a plethora of really good players, all of whom could help make every team a strong contender for that sweet MCC crown. It's also been more or less confirmed by S Major on stream that MCC 8's Red Rabbits, which was Wilbur, Tommy, S Major and Phil, will reappear in MCC 9, as they felt that they have to prove themselves. In case you're unaware, in MCC 8 the Red Rabbits were hit hard by a few bugs, and they felt that this cost them second place and that they might have been able to clutch up in Dodgebolt and win the tournament. We also know that Tubbo, a quickly growing Minecraft streamer, will also take part in MCC 9. However, it's unclear as to who he might be teamed with, as Tommy in it is also going to be in the Red Rabbits. It's likely that he'll be teamed with Fundy or Eric, and he has confirmed on stream that his team is very stacked. So it's not completely out of the question for there to be a Fundy Eric team, or that could be teamed with Tubbo, making his team one of the strongest. It's also been confirmed on stream that Technoblade's team is very stacked, and also that the difference between the highest and lowest team average points is just 2,000 points, which is a massive step down from the 5,000 that it was in MCC 8. And well, that's it for me guys. I really do hope that you've enjoyed this video, and if you did, check out Ted's video. It'll be linked in the card and description, and I'd highly recommend it. Anyway, make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and I will see you in the next video. See ya!